Hello, my name is Christopher Jacobs, and welcome to a presentation titled Assemblies of God History, Missions, and Governance. The roots of the Assemblies of God. The Assemblies of God began in 1914 in Hot Springs, Arkansas, when a group of Pentecostal leaders gathered to organize cooperation between churches and missionaries. This movement grew out of early Pentecostal revival, especially the emphasis on the baptism in the Holy Spirit and the belief that the power of the Spirit equips believers for ministry. In 1916, the Assemblies of God adopted the Statement of Fundamental Truths, which clarified the denomination's core doctrines and helped preserve theological unity. From the beginning, the movement expanded quickly because of its strong commitment to evangelism and missionary work, sending workers across the United States and around the world. The Assemblies of God today. Today, the Assemblies of God has grown into a truly global movement with over 69 million members across more than 240 countries and territories. One major characteristic of the denomination today is its cultural and ethnic diversity, as churches exist in many languages and cultural settings. Another defining focus is the continued emphasis on the global missions and church plantings, seeking to bring the gospel to communities that have not yet been reached. The Assemblies of God also invest heavily in the training of the development of future leaders, equipping pastors, missionaries, and ministry workers for the next generation. Practical missions and AG missions. A major emphasis of the Assemblies of God is reaching the unreached across the world. In missions thinking, there is an important distinction between the lost and the unreached. The lost may live in areas where the gospel is present but not accepted, while the unreached live in places where there is little or no access to the gospel at all. Training for missionaries often happens through programs such as the SCU School of Missions, which prepares students for cross-cultural ministry. In addition, missions is supported through projects such as BGMC, Light the Way, and Speed the Light, which help provide funding, resources, and equipment for missionaries in the field. Heroes of AG missions. Throughout its history, the Assemblies of God has been shaped by influential missionaries. Early pioneers included people like Lillian Thrasher, Gladys Henson, and John Eric Booth Cliborn, who helped establish ministries in difficult regions of the world. The movement has also included many minority and international missionaries, such as Kiyoma Yomiyama and Ellie Duran, who helped expand the global reach of AG missions. In addition, several missionary couples, including David and Beth Grant and Mark and Hulda Boutain, played major roles in developing ministries and training leaders. Women have also significantly shaped the AG missions, including leaders like Peggy Musgrove and Florence Stadell. AG church structure. The Assemblies of God follows a structure that balances local church leadership with broader denominational cooperation. Each congregation maintains a local governance through pastors and leadership boards. Churches also seek to operate with effective board practices, often using forms of parliamentary procedure to guide decision-making. A key part of church organization is the church constitution and bylaws, which provide structure and clarity for leadership. Even though churches are locally governed, they remain connected through the wider Christian and denominational community. Boards and bylaws. Healthy leadership structures are essential for strong churches. Church boards work closely with pastors to support ministry and provide accountability. Within many congregations, deacons and trustees help manage practical responsibilities and assist in leadership decisions. Assemblies of God churches are also connected to district councils, which provide oversight and guidance. Because churches and ministries change over time, leaders are encouraged to regularly review bylaws to ensure clarity, order, and alignment with the mission of the church. Pastors' practical tips. As we can see in the picture at the left, this is Pastor Chad Burbacher and his wife Amber, who are serving in the Destination Church in Jacksonville, Florida. This is the church in which I attend. Anyways, pastoral leadership requires balance in several areas. Pastors must manage ministry responsibilities, administration, and pastoral care while continuing to shepherd the congregational spiritually. Churches today also face generational and cultural diversity, so leaders must learn how to minister effectively to people from different backgrounds. Another major concern is guarding against burnout and protecting mental health, since ministry can be demanding and emotionally draining. Finally, pastors are responsible for financial stewardship, including handling church budgets and supporting missionary efforts. AG Missions and Ministry Today. Today, the AG continues to emphasize global missions as a central priority. Churches also focus on developing multi-ethnic and multi-generational ministry, reflecting the diversity of modern communities. Another key goal is leadership development, ensuring that the younger leaders are trained and prepared for future ministry roles. Through these efforts, the Assemblies of God continues the legacy of faith-driven service and outreach that has defined the movement since its founding. Faith implications. These ideas also have personal implications for believers. First, God calls every Christian to participate in His mission, whether through local ministry, prayer, or global missions. Second, leadership and service within the church reflect obedience to God's calling. Missions also demonstrate how faith leads to real impact as the gospel reaches communities around the world. Finally, believers grow spiritually when they engage in active discipleship and outreach. Conclusion. In conclusion, the Assemblies of God began with a Pentecostal revival and a strong vision for missions. That vision continues today through churches, missionaries, and ministry leaders serving around the world. Healthy leadership structures and organized church governance help sustain that mission. Ultimately, the message of the Assemblies of God is that God can use every believer to advance His kingdom, both locally and globally. That is the end of this presentation. Thank you, and have a good day.